Greetings, gentle viewers! We finally made it back! We were sort of trapped in the climactic scenes that never end. Darn! That's so inconvenient. Who wants something like that in a game like this? Let's see, I don't know, everyone who's playing it. How about that? We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm We Square.
I'm the Opinionator, and I guess Billy's thinking we're in the Velvet Room dungeon. It would be awesome if we were, but I bet we're just gonna event our way to rescuing everybody else. So, without further ado...
The other Phantom Thieves should be imprisoned somewhere ahead. Please find them. Save them. This is something only you can do.
So I guess all of the Velvet Room scenes are gonna be... Like with the persona creation, it's all gonna be different. I mean, a map does appear, but a map appears everywhere else too. But it is cool to be able to walk around.
I mean, you can't go into them, but... Hey, Igor, buddy, can I save the game?
You know, I never noticed...
Oh, and there's a blank one.
The numbers, and there's a blank one, of course there is.
That's the one we're going in.
For world, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't saved the game in a while. Of course I can't save. But you can dash, so it's sort of a dungeon.
Oh, Joker. I'm relieved. Looks like we're both still alive.
Get out of here.
Come with me if you want to live.
Shibuya, what happened?
We just had a setback, that's all. But we don't give up.
And where are we?
So I guess I could have been telling you some things, but I decided to deliberately withhold them from you, my closest friends, for, I don't know, as long as I've known you. Outside the Velvet... I may as well continue withholding the information. I'm torn, Billy, decide.
Somewhere safe.
We are in no place you need to worry about. Nah, ha, 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 ha. You can trust me.
I see. I guess my fears turned out to be true. The real world is a scary place. Pain like this can never reach you if you keep yourselves cooped up indoors. Time to regress! Who am I to think I can tell the people what to do? I mean, I used to be a shut-in myself. Damn it, I just want to go home.
We can rest if we have to, but it's just a rest. And it's okay to be upset, and it's okay to doubt.
But even that would be tough now.
The important part is that she just whines and gripes and moans a little bit in here, then gets up and keeps on trucking.
Giving up would be too painful.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that.
You know, I think I've changed. I don't know when it happened. Maybe when you took my heart.
Yeah.
But I can't let people suffer like this, even if I don't know them personally.
You've grown. I'm impressed, Futaba.
Grown? Honestly, this all seems like a bit too much.
Feel free to be as upset as possible.
But...
I mean, you know who to be upset at. What do you want? Make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. My heart has been set from the start. I don't want to run away from this. I ran from my mom's death for so long. I misunderstood it. Everything was just too painful for me to handle. But I never want to be left in the dark again. That's probably why my persona is a little bit special. Because I want to learn... Because I want to learn the truth. That's how I really feel.
The part?
Alright, let's do it.
Well, I've come this far. I'll follow you wherever you go, on my own 2 feet.
You can do it. After all, you're the MVP.
Yeah.
You've saved our bacon so many times.
You have such a strong heart, Joker. You saved me yet again. Thanks. I'm so happy. Like, so much that I can't even express it in my normal words. Anyway, we're going up against a god.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, isn't it?
I couldn't even leave my own room before, but now we're gonna beat a god. I'm so pumped.
I like how optimistic she is.
Yes.
And wait a second, I just noticed I got out of here on my own.
Yeah, I didn't save you at all.
A real jailbreak.
Oh yeah! Break time is over.
Break time's over, Futaba.
You're quick to act. That's what makes you dependable.
And now once they break out, they're voiced.
All right, time to get back at it.
That is an interesting choice.
You think the others are captured in here too?
Since I maxed everybody, most definitely yes. Probably yes, even if I didn't.
You gotta save them, Joker. I'll just wait here, since I'm not actually in the party. I can't sense any shadows, so I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm mostly just worried about everyone else.
There can't be shadows here.
They might need your help, just like I did.
Yep.
And it'll probably be better if you talk to them about it alone.
Right.
You know, I've never said this, but something that I really do appreciate about Futaba's voice actress is that all right that she does. It's just there's like this edge to it that's kind of like positive and optimistic, but it's still like sort of a gravelly edge. Anyway,
Right.
Growly is a better word. I've always
She learns from her father.
I've always really liked it. Is the point? I just never said that. So there, okay? You got it? Is that enough? Do you want any more? I can keep going. Help me.
The others aren't too far from here. I'm sure you can find them, Joker.
When your brain shuts down.
That's Amore?
Joker! What a relief. You're safe.
Yeah, you too. Get out of there.
Huh? By the way, why have you remained in your Phantom Thief attire while I am back in my regular clothes?
Well, if you think about it and put 2 and 2 together, you can come to the right answer.
4.
That's why you're the strategic advisor, yes.
Could this mean that the will of rebellion is no longer within me?
It's okay to doubt. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to want to run away. But you have to come out.
That may be true.
I mean, of course we'd be shaken after something like that.
We have to fight that Holy Grail again, correct?
I mean, you know, it's not like Jirou hasn't been shaken.
Right?
He has. He's been shaken to the core. It's just that he's been doing a few things while you guys have been in here. He was in prisoner clothes when he first got here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that he's in any different state.
Could you imagine defeating it, Joker? That monster has the support of the masses, and with it, nearly an infinite amount of power.
And, you know, it could sort of will us out of existence.
No matter which way I approach the subject in my head, nothing points to our victory.
We just haven't tried yet. We've just been too shaken up so far. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not confident. I'm sure we can come up with something. But I'll let her talk.
Yeah. I think I finally, genuinely understand the pain my father and my sister were burdened with. Victory against a single criminal is meaningless. The true enemy is society itself. And even against that foe, you still have to try to somehow emerge victorious.
Rather profound.
I don't know what to do.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in myself.
You have more power than you think you do. Everyone does.
You got me.
You're right.
Regardless, this isn't a situation with a straightforward answer. But even if there is no clear solution, I'll just have to make one with my own 2 hands. Before you guys came along, my life was defined by rules, set on a path of someone else's choosing. But only a true loser would live such a rigid life. I will win.
Yes.
Even if it means going up against the entire world.
Of course. Long ago, an ex-girlfriend said to me, "You can't fight the entire world." Now, for some reason, that statement has always stuck with me ever since then. I mean, you know, rather cheesy, but, you know, my response, I don't remember what I said at that time, but every time that I remembered that, I always have framed it in, of course I can fight the entire world. Now, I never said that I was going to win or something. But anyway, it just figures that somebody who I've seen a lot of myself in is also ends up dredging that specific thing up from... What the heck?
I just said something, but you should have said it.
Yeah, you've heard me say
I
it.
know!
Because I've had that as a quote.
I'm very sorry.
I'm okay. My resolve was shaken, but it's stronger now. I want the people of the world to see what you've shown me.
Let's go.
Right, why isn't this scene voiced like Futaba's was?
I was about to ask you.
Thank you. Having teammates you can trust is a great feeling.
Ask and you shall receive.
Shall we go? We can't let our last big job end in failure.
Who's next?
I was wondering if you were just going to find every character I voiced first.
I had thought of that, yeah.
It's you.
Joker. As I expected, you appear to be safe. However, where exactly are we?
You don't need to know.
Outside the Velvet Room. You, I'll tell. You'll appreciate it. Velvet Room? I'm not sure I understand. At first, I was surprised to see the masses chained in a prison, yet here I am as well. Considering the state of the real world, it is hard to say that we were even remotely helpful. This situation, can we truly handle such horrid circumstances? All the Phantom Thieves can do is change the hearts of others. However, the world outside has become a veritable hell. Nothing within our power can fix that.
If not us, then who?
Are you giving up? I'm merely acknowledging how powerless I am. The people of this world desired their enslavement. That isn't all. They screamed at us for attacking the Holy Grail, defended it. Even the criminals whose hearts we changed became meek followers of the Holy Grail because of us. Were we truly that foolish, risking our lives for a result nobody desired? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you fight for what's right.
It doesn't matter if it's what people want or not. I mean, that's really complicated, but... Well, it's complicated, and I don't want to say what I don't want to say, and I'm not saying what I'm not saying what I'm not saying.
You don't say?
But that was the point, yes, the salient point of what I was getting at. But it doesn't take a genius to look at that situation with the prison and the Holy Grail and everyone shrieking and screaming to realize that that's wrong.
Yeah!
What about your justice, Yusuke? Your beautiful, aesthetically perfect justice. My justice.
I see.
Not that for someone else, but one strictly for myself. When we first met, you continued to impose yourselves on me, no matter how much I pushed you away. I will forever treasure what you did for me. Very well. Just as art is meant to break boundaries, people should be saved even if they frown upon it. That.
Yes.
That.
Okay.
That. People should be saved even if they frown upon it.
Right.
I won't allow the justice I believe in to be shaken any further.
I'm in your debt.
Allow me to thank you, Joker. Being by your side truly gives rise to the greatest ideas. Let's rock, etc.
Yes.
Right.
Ah, yes. We cannot afford to leave reality in the hellish state it's currently in. I will make use of my role as an artist and paint over the distortions of society.
Well then, time to go and see this through. I'll witness with my own two eyes that this world isn't bound by some holy grail.
Yes.
I like how his resistance was completely different than the others.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then there's an upstairs. And then like 5, 6 in the bottom, probably. And then there's an upstairs too.
Well, I guess the upstairs is when we're gonna leave. I was just counting to see if maybe there was gonna be a cell for Akechi. But I guess there's not enough room. Hey, buddy.
Yo. Looks like we're both somehow still alive and kicking. But where at?
Just come with me. Come on, man.
Okay. Man, This prison cell kind of makes me think of when we first met.
It does, doesn't it?
And remember how Shibuya was all effed up just now? But like, nobody was seeing any of it? No, it was more like they didn't want to see any of it. What the hell? So even all them people who were suffering and cheering for us to come and help them, in reality, they would have rather just had everything stay how it was?
They don't know what they want. Nobody knows what they want. Well,
Did what we were doing have any meaning at all?
Oh, actually, that's sort of a stickety wicket. That's not quite what I meant. But
You're a
anyway.
stickety wicket.
You're a dopamine. Yes, well, we did have meaning, and you know it. Shut up. Ryuji, don't give up. Look at everything you've done, and this is gonna make you give up? Man, the nice thing about fighting an evil, powerful god is that it's easy and it's obvious.
Yeah!
Fighting yourself is way harder. It's just, you know who the target is.
Yeah.
That malevolent god over there. It has its own challenges, I guess. You know what I'm trying to say.
You're so freaking tough. You know, back when I thought we were gonna die without learning the truth about all this, I kind of felt for the first time that maybe we hadn't been doing the right thing. That maybe we deserved to lose.
It's good that you got that out of your system.
You get me?
No, but I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
And that's just blatantly wrong.
Uh-huh.
It's complicated. Things are complicated.
Now that I started thinking about it, I started all this off because of how pissed off I was. I had an extra off there, sorry. Maybe it's never
And an
been
extra
about...
started.
I did! Maybe it's never been about winning or anything like that. Maybe all I was doing was just continuing my own defiance.
That's fine.
It's fine?
I see.
You're right. I get it now. We're doing this to make sure people don't gotta go through the same crap we did.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they think we're just or not. We gotta do what we believe in.
Gotta do what we think is right, especially when it's right.
And it's not like people think much of me anyways.
It's not like that's necessarily gonna change, but
All right.
I'm gonna dash through this the only way I know how. Kicks the door off the hinges. You got me out of prison, just like before. Thanks. You know, it's kind of embarrassing to say this, but I'm real glad I met you.
this isn't the first time you've said embarrassing things to me, Ryuji.
Alright, I'm done getting my ass kicked. That shiny bastard acts like it's some kind of god. Ain't gonna feel good until we deal with it.
You and me both.
Let's head out. We're gonna take down that asshole, yeah?
Yes, we are. Hey!
Wait a minute here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
My.
Oh, you're safe. Well, thank goodness. More or less. Get out of there, come on.
Come with me.
Right. Considering everything that has happened to the city, I wonder if the citizenry is okay. Although, it seemed like we were the only ones able to see it. You know, the moment I disappeared, I honestly thought I was about to die. But part of me wasn't afraid. I knew that was all I could do, and looked forward to apologizing to Father face to face. Honestly, I thought I had changed, but I realize now that I still have no control over my life. It makes me sick.
You have to keep fighting. I mean, duh.
Yeah. It's so easy to say and so hard to do, but... I'm sorry, I know you don't want to deal with my whining. You're going to try and defeat that thing again, aren't you? Don't push yourself to get me to come along. You can always leave me here if I'll slow you down.
Are you kidding? You've got barriers, sweetie.
Get out of here. You are not slowing down anyone. You control your life. That's
Yes.
right. I was foolish to think you should abandon me. Even if there are times where I think there's nothing I can do, I'll never stop fighting for you or our team. I won't give up anymore.
This is exactly what we're hoping for.
Just as I betrayed my distorted father before, I will betray my boring former self now.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joker. Before I met you, I had great admiration for the Phantom Thieves of Justice, and it's turned out you were exactly the person I always imagined you would be.
Ah, you are a fangirl then. Mishima would be delighted.
This is the second time you've rescued me. I've secretly longed for a situation like this.
Oi, come on! You walked out of there on your own, you know. Let's go.
We haven't lost yet.
Secretly wanted to be rescued.
Man, turning down Haru was like the most difficult.
Right?
It just made you feel so guilty. It's like in Final Fantasy Tactics when you want to fire some schlub who's been around, but he's just clogging up your party because you don't have any room in your team. And they're like, I thought we were friends, but I see you hate me. I see you've hated me all along. Very well then. I guess I'll leave if that's really what you want, but you can change your mind right now.
Or like in Peace Walker, you're fired.
No, that was great. Because in Peace Walker, it was comical, so it's like, considering how in between stages in Peace Walker, you were like having to fire 78 dudes. You just couldn't get attached to them individually unless they were special. Anyway, why are we talking about those things?
I don't know.
Oh, Joker. Thank goodness you're safe.
I like how that's their first concern.
On, get up, let's go. Oh, yeah. So I'm not in heaven after all.
I'm still here!
That means the hell that Shibuya turned into was all real. I'm so weak. When I thought I was gonna die, I started trembling. I was just so scared. At that moment, nothing mattered. The justice of our actions was the last thing on my mind.
That's normal.
It's totally normal. It is totally okay. Joker, you kept going even through a plan that might have ended up killing you. Yet look at me. I've always said I'm doing this for other people, but that didn't get me far. It's no wonder we lost. Maybe I should have just behaved myself and stayed out of all of this.
No!
I'm not sure I want to say what about Shiho.
Yeah. She needs to do this for herself.
That's awesome. That is a great bond. I am not saying anything bad about that, but you aren't Shiho, and she knows she's not Shiho. Like you said, she needs to do this for herself. Mm-hmm. You need to keep going. Keep going. Yeah, you're right. Shiho would get mad if she saw me whining like this. And most of all, I'd be betraying myself if I just sat here and did nothing. I could never forget how I felt that day. I never want anyone to have to go through what I did. I've made up my mind. I'm going to keep looking forward. Things like dying or losing aren't important now. All that matters is that I don't return to my old self. I'll never make a mistake like that again. I swear it.
Seriously, thank you.
Thanks, Joker. You helped me remember what's really important. I seriously treasure being able to be a part of your team. I do kind of wish the responses were a little more personalized.
I agree.
Let's go. Still need the kitty, though.
Yep.
Gotcha. It would be a disgrace to the BSG name if we didn't take such a big treasure.
Yeah!
We're going to put an end to this, aren't we? Let's go!
It seems you have managed to save all of your teammates.
So,
No, we're missing one!
We're kind of missing Morgana. He did disappear.
Now then, please gather in this room at once.
Oh.
What was that voice? Oh, I guess I'm last, huh?
Yes!
Not
Morgana.
Morgana. Why?
I haven't gotten to him.
Well, if he's not here, I mean, it's hard to think that he's just gone.
Right?
There's no way that that's not going to get resolved, but I mean, are we gonna get him back?
I hope so.
Or I mean, are we gonna have to dig him out of the room?
Right?
Are we gonna have to fight him? I mean, I'm really worried about Morgana because Morgana not being human is the least stable person around.
What is this place?
Who are they?
My name is Igor. I am the master of the Velvet Room.
Look at my friendly face.
I am Lavenza, a resident of this place as well. We have been waiting for all of you.
Velvet Room?
My master has just been released from a long period of imprisonment. His powers have not fully returned.
You know, back in the day, when all the other characters had multiple personas,
Yeah.
they all went in the Velvet Room. But since then, only the person with multiple personas goes in.
Yeah.
Though it may be presumptuous of me, I will speak on his...
Hey, where's Morgana?
Thank you.
Yes.
Would you like to see
And
him?
I like that On's the one who said that, because she normally just dismisses him.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes!
He's right over there.
What? Yay!
Where you were hiding?
You were just hanging out? Like, sitting on the pod or something?
I was born here.
You were sent by Igor.
It was to dispel an evil being from man's spiritual world.
So, to dispel an evil being from man's spiritual world, they made a cartoon cat.
Look, man, you work with what you're given.
And, I mean, he's badass, so
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Mona? My role was to find the trickster and help him defeat it. That's why I was created here by my master.
Indeed.
I really remember everything.
Good.
That's good. So, I guess it's sort of the Persona 4 stuff again, because, again, if you haven't played it, we're not just gonna randomly drop spoilers
Right.
without warning you about it. So I guess this you could sort of interpret this as
I could interpret it like that, but why?
You're right. I'm sorry. I was mistaken the whole time. I was concerned that Morgana's situation was the same as Teddy's.
But I'm glad it isn't.
In a sense, it's kind of the opposite. Like inspired.
Yeah.
You could say that it was maybe inspired by Teddy.
Right.
Doesn't it kind of seem that way?
that makes sense.
That Igor was like, having a cute animal mascot around tricksters seems to be pretty good. Sells merchandise. No, that's not what I'm thinking about.
When this place was about to be taken over, my master gathered the last traces of mankind's hope.
The last traces of mankind's hope.
Oh God!
He mustered up his remaining strength to make me.
Well, I guess if you look at the internet, I suppose the world really does truly long for cat videos.
Yes, he can have cheeseburgers. Thank you very much.
The entity that calls itself a god is a malevolent will that forces man into everlasting servitude. It hopes to attain eternal peace by filling reality with those who have stopped thinking for themselves.
That makes way more sense than, well, I mean, he did attempt, it did attempt to stop it, to change it.
Well, maybe for its own amusement.
That is the ruin of man that this evil god envisions.
I, don't get what you're saying at all.
It's okay. It's fine. Like, you don't need to feel bad about this, but basically, our target is even worse than you thought. So now we have to go fight an evil god.
Oh, okay, I can understand that.
See, it's simple to understand. Their god beat God up, right?
We'll beat him with our gods.
Oh, be quiet and listen. We don't have much time.
Sorry!
Wait a moment. the Holy Grail is a god?
Hello, Carolyn.
I
Yeah.
was wondering why it had a will of its own, but are you implying that it isn't a treasure?
No. As the distorted desires of the masses, it is most certainly the core of Mementos itself.
It is nice to actually get to see Caroline again.
Then, did the treasure become a god because people wish to be ruled over?
Oh,
That is correct. To decide the fate of the world, it chose two people with potential and pitted them against each other.
That would be Akechi.
yeah.
One, Goro Akechi, incited the masses' distortion. Had he won, the world would have been destroyed and remade.
Oh,
The other was a trickster who would stand up against this. That was him.
That one guy over there.
If he won, the human world would be left as is.
he was not to be named.
Those were the conditions of the game. At least, that's what should have happened.
Well, I'm glad to get that clarified about like what he was doing,
Yeah.
talking about the game, and why he seemed to act against what he obviously wanted and said, I had hoped that this might happen.
Right.
That malevolent being knew that a revolution would not occur within indolent humans. After all, it is the masses' distorted desires incarnate. However, my true master believed in humanity.
Yeah, that's true. It is. Because it's not that he was a being that was... I mean, they just said this, but it's just like sorting through all of it. It's not that the god of control or the Holy Grail was like a god before. It's
Right.
that it was...
It became a god.
It was the amalgamation
Of all the distorted desires, yeah.
So where'd Mementos come from then? Well, the only reason that we think that it hasn't been around is because early on in the game, Morgana was like, well, it appeared.
Wait! If palace rulers are shadows that rebelled against Mementos and were imprisoned within their own palaces, then that means that before Mementos started sucking people in and trapping them in there couldn't have been palaces. So Mementos became distorted, and that's what gave birth to the palaces.
Well, doesn't that presuppose the existence of Mementos?
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, nothing, I suppose. But I'm not...
I mean, if the metaverse always existed, then it stands to reason that Mementos would form naturally over the course of human history.
Or could have.
Or could have.
Sort of representing... Well, not representing the collective unconsciousness. That's the metaverse itself.
Right.
And I mean, the only reason that we thought that there was a time when Mementos wasn't there, and then there was a time when it was, is because Morgana said so. But Morgana doesn't exactly have a lot of credibility, I guess.
I mean, now he would,
yeah.
but...
No. Anyway.
He believed that a trickster would rise among the people and accomplish this change. But that evil entity laughed at the prospect and sought to prove the powerlessness of man with the game. And he had great potential, which is why it approached him. It helped train the trickster only to cast him into despair, using the masses who rejected their savior. This was likely its means to nip in the bud anything that would pose a threat.
How interesting. There's really a lot to unpack.
Right?
In all of this. I mean, it's sort of very archetypal, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And he had great potential.
I'm wondering, like in some ways it sort of reminds me of the book of Job.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but...
Right.
Well, I'm not going to sit and actually like theorize randomly off the top of my head, although it's never stopped me before, so maybe I should.
I have it on good authority that's why people tune into us. Sorry. That small change in the word had drastically different implications.
That it did. Well, I'll think about this later.
Okay.
Now that I think back to when I was separated, I felt a disagreement to the word rehabilitation.
Yeah, we were always like, what? What are you talking about?
Of course I did. It was just a means for the fake to keep you under surveillance.
That's, I just want to take a moment to appreciate, which we haven't yet, to appreciate the fact that the reason the Velvet Room was so harsh and Igor was so creepy is because all of it was a lie.
Yeah!
All the executions and everything, the reason it was different from the way it had always been is because it was all fake and we really were being oppressed.
Yeah!
So, nice.
Basically, this guy was dragged into a game where the evil god rigged the outcome.
Damn it! What the hell?
I wonder what happens if you go ahead and say yes to the evil god.
Bad end.
Surely.
Your real world has already been fused with mementos. You do not exist because reality is replete with the cognition of those who deny the Phantom Thieves.
So how do we solve that?
I mean, how can we even be here?
Well, this is the world between dreams, blah, 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 blah.
It can be said that the world is one step away from the evil god's machinations.
I guess I was like, well, I was just sort of challenging the idea that we could actually still be here, world between dreams. Like, okay, couldn't you also say, well, we're still here because this is the soda pop world? It's like, it's just a noun. It's like a MacGuffin. It doesn't mean anything. But I'm fine with it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
However, there is still hope.
I suppose we just have to get dumped into the metaverse? Yeah, sort of.
Kind of.
We'll find out.
Now that the evil god's identity has been exposed, you can see your rehabilitation to its completion.
Didn't you just say you disagreed with that term?
Perhaps it also is, like you'd said before, that it's because the Confidants all exist and still believe in Jirou, at least.
And he believes in his friends.
Yeah, because of that, there's like enough residuals to allow us to be in certain places.
Only you can leave this prison and save this distorted world and its captive people.
What about everybody else?
Young man, guided by Morgana and worthy of the trickster name, you must challenge the evil god and reclaim your existence in reality. Are you up to the task?
We damn well better be.
Oh, you know something else? Well, no, I better, if I don't say it now, then I'll forget about it.
Okay.
Who's in the quarantine room?
Oh!
If Morgana came from Igor, who wasn't in the quarantine room, but Morgana said he was born there, right? So Igor was in the quarantine room?
Must have, and
but
I
then
guess...
why did the god let Igor out of the quarantine room?
The only thing I can think of is without the god's evil influence in the Velvet Room, Igor was able to come back, or maybe
you're probably
Lavenza
right.
pulled him back or something.
You're probably right. Without him here taking over the place, and Igor could just go about it.
He was just naturally pulled back to where he belongs.
Before moving on, something else we didn't think about was Akechi. So when this means that it was, I'm going to say the Grail because that sounds more interesting and dramatic than the god.
Yeah.
So the Grail, when Akechi said the app just appeared, that the power, we had pointed it out at the time that both Shido and Akechi had said they were blessed by God, and so in a sense, they kind of were.
Yeah.
So when Akechi he was just given this power a long, long time ago, out of nowhere.
But,
and I guess the Grail picked somebody who is just the worst, like in like a ball of anger and hate and
fear
and apathy, like other than like that rage and the fear, mainly the fear and the hate. It's like anybody other than the target of that, he didn't care about anything.
Yeah.
Maybe himself. I mean, I guess he did care about himself. He hated himself.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was, game aside, Akechi had the head start by a lot. By a lot.
So, like they said, the game was rigged.
From the very beginning. So how exactly do we reclaim our existence?
Of course. Oh.
I'm not. Yes.
Let's destroy that annoying shiny treasure jerk for sure this time.
Yeah, annoying shiny treasure jerk.
More like holy fail. Am I right?
Excellent.
Yusuke, Jirou, high five, anyone?
Shut up, Ryuji.
There is nothing to fear. You already possess the strength to oppose this evil god. I am truly looking forward to this.
You know, part of me wishes he didn't have a cut head.
Our mutual friend knows where the exit is. Morgana, please guide them.
So what's gonna happen to Morgana after this game?
Well, if he was made by Igor, then there's a good chance that he might just have to live in the Velvet Room or something.
And thank you for all that you've done. It's a cruel responsibility that's been cast upon you.
Well, I mean, thanks for your sympathy, but it is what it is at this point, isn't it? So let's keep going.
I will accept your words of appreciation fully when everything is over.
She was talking about Morgana. You know, I don't know how I feel about Morgana acting like this, but I'm sure that momentarily he'll go back to normal.
Now follow me!
He seems to have hardened his resolve.
Yeah, that's a different way of looking at it. It's probably better. I suppose Morgana also kind of had just said, once we're done, then I will make you apologize to me so much.
Joker!
Let's go.
This way!
It's up this way. Follow me!
Nice.
Bye, walking around in the Velvet Room. Sure was fun.
I think you should wait a second.
Hey, you're right. No, I don't know what I was...
Maybe take a look around.
I don't know what I was...
Oh.
Dang it!
Come on! Try to go back to the Velvet Room.
Yeah, I am. Yes. I must be tired. I should go to sleep.
Right? Boo! Boo, I say!
Now, if this were a game in the 90s, this would be how you get one of the secret characters.
Right? We're just so determined. What's this? It's one hell of a door.
Maybe
it's the other door in the quarantine jail. That's the door.
So is the Velvet Room? No, it's not in Mementos, but could Joker have just wandered on up here if they would have let him and then open the door and step out? That's our exit. Come on, let's go. But, you know, the doors to the Velvet Room have always been all over the place.
Okay.
Huh? We're back in Shibuya again?
Kind of.
Oh, right. This is where we were when our bodies disappeared.
So after we first tried to save and it didn't work, I never tried again. But I would sure like to save, because if there's a power outage, we have a lot of fast forwarding to do.
Yeah.
Seems like people still haven't realized that this abnormality has taken over the city.
And as long as they're under the sway of the Grail, they won't.
Yep.
Look, the door we just came through.
It is the door!
Yep.
There's the retracted bars!
It's the exact same door.
If I remember correctly, this is that quarantine cell.
That's right. It was actually the Velvet Room, which had been swallowed by the distortions.
You did say you were born in there. It makes so much sense now.
Wait. So if we came out of there, does that mean we're the criminals?
Don't even worry about this.
It is far too late to worry
it's
about
more
that
like
sort of
him,
thing.
Since he was kept in here.
Most likely, Joker had been under the malicious guidance of the evil god for quite some time.
Morgana!
That is true, yes.
The Velvet Room originally existed to nurture the human mind. But after it was taken over...
Morgana, you're kind of glowing!
I kind of didn't notice that. Oh.
He's making a tone! How did you not notice
No,
that?
I heard it and I was trying to figure out where it came from. And then when you said Morgana, I was looking around Ryuji's knees. Why is he glowing?
It was sealed inside that bastard's nest. Inside Mementos. Mona, more importantly...
yes, thank you.
You're shining.
Are you about to become a real boy?
It's probably because my memories have returned. I know what my duty is now.
Look, if I lose my keys and I'm trying to find them, and then I remember where I put them and I have an epiphany, I don't start glowing. This explanation doesn't wash.
Whoa. Do you see something shining?
So they can't see anybody else. They can't see any of the distortions. They can't see the thieves, but they do see the glowing cartoon cat.
Of course.
Wait a sec. What's with those weirdly dressed guys?
Aha!
Yes!
I feel like I've seen those costumes before.
Maybe you have.
Oh, aren't they the Phantom Thieves? I kind of remember seeing a silhouette of them on a jumbo screen in the city.
Stand back, everyone! Pulls out like 2 megaphones.
The Phantom Thieves?
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about them.
Isn't that weird?
Funny how that works.
This is different from how it was before. Do they see us?
Must be the light of truth.
Something like that, yeah.
Doesn't seem to be everyone, though. Only a handful of people in this large crowd.
Maybe it's Kazumona's light.
Either way, they remember the Phantom Thieves.
Oh, the key of hope.
Mona, guide us. Where must we go?
To a save point.
Over there. The bastard from earlier should be in that temple.
Makes sense. It looked like the temple we were in before. Oh, there go the Phantom Thieves. Bye, Phantom Thieves.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh, it's been a while since we heard this. Oh, can we save?
Oh, what party are we gonna use? Really, I gotta wait and see if it plays the lyrics. I mean, we can't take Morgana out.
Right?
I don't know, maybe I can just keep going with the same party, but I don't want to dump on the others.
Right.
Excellent. Maybe for whatever's after this. I mean, I don't need to worry about An. She's gotten plenty of time.
Right.
But, like, maybe Yusuke and Haru?
I think that's fair.
Like, after this? Because there's got to be something else, right?
Right?
Okay. Before we move on... Hey. Okay, there we go.
Right? Trips him.
And she just walks in. Darn!
Oh, come on!
And there's not all the voice stuff.
Yeah.
Wish to view the you wish to register a persona. Is this
How rude.
81%.
a change of heart?
I do wish that Igor had some voice samples for that, though.
Right?
It just doesn't feel right otherwise. But at least we got something for Lavenza. All right, now here's the deal. This is gonna be a short one, right? The last one was real long. Come on, if we go that way, what do you think is gonna happen?
We'll be trapped in 2 more hours of stuff we can't save in.